Hello everyone, welcome to the video. So in this video, we will be going to start with new data type, or you can say new data structure, that is string. So what is a string data type? Okay. So string is a non-primitive data type. Why? Because string in Java is a class and class is a non-primitive. Okay. And and next thing is how we declare the string, like in double quotes. If we write something in it, suppose hello. So this is our string. This is our string. Okay. Or one sentence like this is Java. This is Java. Okay. So this is also a string because this space is also a valid character in string data type. Okay. So the syntax to declare a string or initialize a string is the same as we did previous. First data type. Data type is this capital S string string. Okay. Likewise, we have int data type na int. So string is also data type that is non-primitive in Java dot util package. Java dot util dot string. Okay. So to use this string class, we have to import this Java dot util dot string package. Okay. And the syntax is string data type and the name of string, suppose s is the name of string, equals to whatever string you want to store, suppose hello. So with this I have initialized my string as equals to hello. So how this is made in memory? Okay. So we have two things, stack and heap. Okay. Stack and heap. So stack and heap. Okay. In stack, likewise in arrays, address is stored. Okay. So in string also address is stored. Suppose s is made at 2k memory location in the heap. So in 2k memory location, this hello will be stored somewhere in heap. Okay. And in heap memory, there is special location. You can say special memory location, specially for strings, that is called as string pool. String pool. And this hello will be made. This hello will be made in that string pool only. Okay. In heap, there is special place to store strings, that is string pool. Okay. And this thing is stored by very less YouTubers or this string pool. Okay, mostly students are unknown to it, but in interviewers or some experienced people that are, Java is very old language. So the interviewer will also be very experienced. Okay, especially the person who knows Java. So he may know about string pool or ask this question to you guys. So uh, what is the answer? That string pool is a special memory location in heap. Okay, where our string is stored. Okay, so this string is made in string pool. Okay. And one more thing I want to tell you about string pool is that suppose I make one more string s1 equals to hello, equals to hello. So what will happen here? S1 will be holding what? Which memory location? So see here, this hello and this hello are same. Okay, this hello and hello are same, means this s and s1 are same. So what will happen? This s1 will, you know, also pointing to 2k memory location. It will not happen that at some 3k memory location the same word hello will be made. Okay. So string pool, removes that duplicacy. Okay. That same word hello will not get repeated. Okay. So for that only, you know, in heap, in string pool, one hello one memory location is shared by both the strings, that is s and s1. And if I have something like hello, if I have some word like hello data. In this case, in string pool at some 3k memory location, this hello data will be stored. Okay, why? Because hello and hello data are different. Okay, so these are not duplicate of each other. So yeah, so this is how strings are stored in string pool. If we have some duplicate values, that same memory location is shared by both the string. Okay, yeah. So come to Eclipse now, and I will make one new package. Name it as strings. Okay, so inside it I will make one class. Name at name as strings. So you can't name this class as string because string is a reserved keyword. Okay, so you can't reuse reserved keyword anywhere else. Okay, whatever they are reserved for, in this case, string is a data type. Okay, whatever they are reserved for, just keep them there only. Okay, don't use it for like class name or for anything else. So I will name this class as string class. Okay, so main and finish. So inside this, let me make a string as equal to hello. Okay, and I will print s. Okay, and if I run this, so it is printing hello. Okay, so now what if I want to take this hello from the user? Okay, like input. Okay, user input. So for that, I will need my scanner class. Okay, scanner scan equals to new scanner system dot in. Okay, so now I am able to take input from the user. So I have to take input type as string. Okay, so I will be so declaring here string data type and string named as uh, s1. Okay, so scn dot. So while taking integer as user input, what we do next int. Okay, but here we are taking string, so I will write only next. Okay, only next. So after taking the input, I will print my s1. So why this red scanner is showing in red? Because we haven't imported the class scanner class. So I will import java.util. All the packages. Okay. So if I now run this, so I am printing s1. Run. So if I run this, and I will give input as was hello world. Okay, so it is printing only hello. Okay, I give the string input as hello world. It's only printing hello because of this next. Okay, so this will print wherever it will see space. Now it will print up to that. Okay, so I have to give right here next line so that all the input will be taken whatever user enters. So here if I run this, and here I will write hello world 1 2 3. So everything is getting printed. So keep this thing in mind, yeah, that whenever you want to take input, just write next line. Okay, avoid using next. Okay, so now let us try to have some variable string as variable, which is holding string as2 variable, which is holding world. Okay, so now I want to print hello world. Okay, so I will do something like concatenation with these strings. Okay, so I want to print hello world together. So what I will do, I will do something called as concatenation. So you have to just use plus to concatenate. Okay, to add two strings. Okay, so if you do s plus s2, okay, and run this, so it is printing hello world, but I want some space between hello and world. So what I will do, that I will add some space, okay, here inside this quotes, okay, space, because space is also valid in string data type, okay, valid character in string data type. So now if I run this, so space is added between the two, okay. And next thing I want to, if I want to check like, so next thing, if I do something like s equal to s2, okay, sorry, s2, so it is printing false, okay, because these are not duplicate, okay, are not same. Hello is different word, for world is different word, so they will be made at different memory location in string pool. So s has different memory location, s2 has different memory location, so this equal to condition will fail, okay, they are not equal, so that's why it will print false. But in the case if I write hello, okay, and now run this, so it is printing 2 because they are duplicate of each other, so they will share same memory location in the string pool, okay. This will also be at 2k and this will also be at 2k in heap in string pool. And if I write something like small h and run this, it is also false, okay. This small and small alphabet and large alphabets, this small alphabet and bigger alphabets are treated as different in string, okay. So these are no duplicate because here we are using small h and here we are using capital H. So that's why this will also not share the same memory location. This hello will be at some 2k memory location and this small hello, small h wala hello will be at 3k memory location or some other memory location, right? And next we will see one very interesting thing. Suppose there is a string s2 as Ria, okay, string s3 as also Ria, and print s2 equals to s3, okay. So what it will give, it will print true, okay, both are same. But if I do something like, in s2 I concatenate s string, okay, or I concatenate some words for Gupta, here also I write Gupta. So here we have two strings, okay, these are same, this is also Ria plus Gupta, Ria Gupta, and this will also print Ria plus Gupta, Ria Gupta. And if when these are compared, it will print true, right? True. But if I store this Gupta in some variable here, suppose, okay, and add these variables, x variable in my s2 and s3 things, okay, what I did, I just stored this Gupta in another variable, and instead of concatenating string literal, okay, string literal is in Java we can say whatever in this double quotes is called as string literal. So instead of adding string literal, I am adding variable that is holding the same literal, that is Gupta. And if I now run this, so it is printing false. Why so? We have just did nothing, just stored the Gupta literal in another string and added that variable in s2 and s3, okay. This is also Ria Gupta, this is also Ria Gupta, it should print true, but in this case when we are adding variables, it is printing false, it is printing false. This is thing is something that will confuse you, why this is happening behind the scenes, what is happening. So when we concatenate some variables in our literals, so these s2 and s3 are not made in string pool, okay, are not made in string pool, instead they are made in heap memory, okay. So I will write some use cases here. So I will write some use cases here. So two kind of memories. Okay, this string pool memory, smaller memory in heap, and this is heap memory. Okay, so if I am declaring some string literal, it will be made in string pool. Okay, and if I am taking input from user, okay, if I am taking string input from user using next int, it will that string will also be stored in heap. Okay, and next case is if I do concatenation. Okay, string concatenation, like here we concatenate one literal with one variable, so that is also made in heap and not in string pool. Okay, so that's why it was printing false, because s2 will be made in heap, and in heap they will share different memory location. s2 will be suppose at 5k memory location, and s3 will be at 6k memory location. Okay, so let us see this duplicacy thing once again. So suppose there are three strings, okay, s s1 and s2 holding same literals, string literals hello, hello, and hello. So in string pool, this hello is stored once only at 2k memory location. Suppose initially we have this s variable which is at 2k memory location. So after this, if we will make same variable again and again and again, so it will share the 2k memory location only. Okay, so that's why when we do something like or compare s equal to s1, so memory addresses of s and s1 are same, that's why it prints true. Okay, but in case if this s and s1 variables are not made in pool but in heap memory, in concatenation case, in the case where we are using input from user, so let us see one example of user input also. So uh, yeah. So scanner scan equals to new scanner system dot in string a equals to scan dot next, and string b equals to scan dot next. Okay, so if I do a equal to b, what will it print? Okay, so it will print if I give a as hello and b also as hello. These are same, but they are printing false, because in the case I already told you that in the case where we are taking user input, they these strings are made in heap memory and not in string pool. That's why they share different memory locations. Okay, and print false. Okay, so in this case also A is made at suppose 2k memory location and B is made at 3k. So when these will be compared, they are different. So false gets printed. Okay, so this thing understood now, that why these are sharing same memory location, because these are string literal, first thing, and second thing, first thing is these are string literal, and second is hello and hello and hello, these are same. Okay, so that's why they, instead of taking another space, what they do, that they take space in string pool where duplicacy is not allowed. Okay, let me, so here I have to write duplicacy not allowed, in heap duplicacy is allowed. Okay, so this thing, that instead of making hello three times, hello, hello, and hello, only one hello is made. Okay, and that 2k memory location is shared with these three. Okay, so it saves our memory location. So next thing is strings are immutable. What is meant by immutable? That once we made the string suppose hello, we can't change or modify it. Okay, if we will modify it, another string will be made. Okay, like suppose this is a string s equals to hello, and it is made at 2k memory location. Okay, and I will not be able to change that string at this 2k memory location. Okay, if I made some changes in it, suppose in s I add by. Okay, so another string will be made at 3k memory location and holding hello by. Okay, hello plus by, that is hello by. So at this 2k memory location, we will not be able to change. Okay, so that's why strings are immutable. That once they are made in the some memory location, we are not able to make changes at the same memory location. If we made some change, new memory location will be made and printed there. So in arrays, we print array length using dot length. Okay, in string, we have one method. So in arrays, we print length of array using dot length with it. And in string also, we have one method. Okay, string is a class object and object as method. Okay, we can call it as functions. Okay, so if I want to print the length of this string as 4, so what I will do, as 4 dot length. So it is a length is a function. So I have to write these braces. Okay, and if I run this, so the length is printed, that is 8. So 5 this and 3 this, 5 plus 3, 8 is printed. Okay, so this is so now let us see one more thing. Suppose I want to print character at 0th index. So what I will do, so I will write something called as char at, that is character at, and here I have to pass the index. Okay, suppose I want to print the character present at 0th index, so I will pass index here. So, and this is all about string. Okay, next much more we will be seeing while solving problems. For now we will understand what is a string builder. Okay, string builder. So we have learned about string, but what is this string builder and why it is needed if we have strings data type? Okay, so this string builder is a more optimized, okay, string class. Okay, this string builder is also a class, but it is more optimized. Optimized how? So in, let me show you the difference. So for that, so for understanding why string builder is optimized and why we need it, we will understand the difference in string and string builder class. So in string, what happens? Suppose I have one string s equals to h, okay, and I made some changes in s plus, in s I add y, okay. Sorry, this is h, and after that I add e in it. Okay, so in string, a new string he will be made in some new memory location. In some new memory location. So this is 2k, and new string will be made at new memory location, this 3k. And after that I make another change. Suppose I add y. Okay, so new string will be made and new memory location as 5k by. So you can see that any change I make, a new string is getting made. So this is not optimized, okay, because it will take more memory in heap. But in case, but in case of string builder, what happens that if there is string called h, okay, and I add e in it, okay, and this is 2k memory location, so e will be added here, and then I add y again. So at same memory location, we are able to mutate or change the string. So that's why string builder is faster. Okay, in this, new string is getting made every time we made change. So clear, this string builder is a more optimized string class, and how we initialize it. So we will write string builder keyword. This is reserved keyword. Okay, SB, the name of the string. Okay, you can name it anything. So here what I did, that I am making string called SB of type string builder. Okay, so instead of writing string, I write add a builder word, okay, in it, and which is our string builder. So SB of type string builder. So here you have to write new keyword. Okay, remember, you have to write new keyword. So this is related to class and object. We will study this, and here you again have to write string builder, right? Inside which you have to pass your string. Tom. Suppose Tom. You have passed. Okay. So new string is made in the heap. Let us write here. So here I will write string builder as be equal to new string builder, and inside which I will pass my string Tom. Okay. And now what I will do, so this is giving warning. Yeah. So now I will try some methods on string builder. Suppose I want to get character at 0th position. So here you can use the same method that is in our string class also, that is char at, inside which you have to pass the index. Suppose I passed 1. So if I run this, so at first our first index, that is our OS present, which is getting minted. Now we have some another. So now there is another method, that is sv dot set char at. Okay. Suppose at in the place of O I want to set I. So here first I have to pass that index. Okay, where I have to make the change. So index of this O is first. So at first character just put I character. Okay, so it is showing in red, means there is some compile time error. So what is this? The method set char at in the type abstract string builder is not applicable for the arguments int and string. Okay, so here it is saying that you are passing string, okay, which is not applicable. Okay, so instead of double quotes I have to write single quote. Okay, so why single quote? Because here I have to define the character. Okay, and when I define characters, there I have to use single quotes. Okay, so these single quotes are for characters and double quotes are for string. Okay, so if I write something in double quotes, it is treated as string, and if I write something in single quotes, it is treated as character, single character. Okay, and I can't pass another character. Okay, because the character is single always. So in set char at, you first pass the index where you want to make the change, and second what character, with what character you want to make the change. So at first character I will come. Okay, uh, so after making the change, if I print as b, so O is replaced with I. Okay, so this is replacement happens here. Okay, O is replaced with I. Next similar uh, to next method is similar to char at I, but there is a small difference. Okay, so sp dot insert method. Okay, here also you have to pass the index. Okay, and next thing you pass, you want to pass the character. Okay, so what we are doing here, so here also we are passing index and character, but what is the difference between these two? So let us understand. If I comment this, so what is does that instead of in setchar at O is override, O gets override, okay, but in insert these all the characters got shifted, okay, to the right, and I is inserted at first index, okay. Now our O is at second index. So this is the difference between insert and setchar at. Overriding happens in insert, shifting happens, okay, shifting happens. So this is the difference. So at first index I will come here, at first index O will be gone and I will come. And next is one delete method. If you want to delete something, suppose so it has two parameters. First is the beginning index and second is the ending index, okay. Suppose this is Tommy, okay, and I want to delete starting from first index. I want to delete till third index, okay. So I will write 1 here and 3 here, okay. So what I did, that I want to delete the characters from starting from first index and ending till third index. So if I, after deleting, I will print sb and run this. It's printing tmy. Is this okay? I was deleting O double M. I was deleting O double M means our output should print TY, but it is printing TMY. Okay. So what is the mistake I made here? So this is not a mistake. The second parameter, that is ending index, we have to pass is not inclusive. It is exclusive. So which means if I write 4 here and now run this, so it is now printing ty, okay. That means from first index to third index everything will get deleted, okay. This fourth index will not be included, okay. So this thing is very important, that first is the beginning index from where you want to start deleting, and this is the last index where you want to stop deleting. This is exclusive. Fourth, the character at fourth index will not be deleted, okay. If you want to delete the character till fourth index, here you won't have to pass fifth index, okay. Control and F11. So from first, second, third, fourth, so there is no fifth index, but everything will be deleted from first to like fourth index, that is T O sorry O M M and Y, okay. First, second, third and fourth will be deleted, okay. Got it? And next is append method, okay. Suppose to this Tommy you want to append like one another Y. So and run this. So another Y is get added at the last, okay. Again if I append some other character S, so S is added at the last. So these are some methods, okay, of string builder class. So now we will see the, now we will do one program to reverse the string, okay. Reverse string, okay, using string builder. So okay, so let's come here and see that how we can reverse a string. So reverse means that if this is our string, okay, in output I will print like this, okay, from last till the first index, reverse, okay. So we have already done how to reverse in an array, so same thing we are doing here also. So normal approach you can use is that um you can simply start a loop from the last character and print it, and then come here and then print this character, and then this, and then this, and then this. Okay, if you will print character by character, then your output will be something like this. Okay, but I want a complete string. So what you can do that initially, I mean to say that if you will start printing from last to first character by character, then you will get something like this. Okay, Nomel. Okay, I don't want this character, I want whole string in one. So what you can do that same thing you will do that you will start from last. When you are at last character, so you will append that last character in this empty string. Okay, so likewise here you will initialize some empty string as equals to empty string start loop from here. Okay, last character and append character in this string. Okay, and append the character in the string. Okay, and then you will come at this fourth index and append O in this string. Okay, and same M will be appended here, and E, and then L. Okay, and after you reach the this index, you can return or print the string. Okay, this is the one thing, and this is very basic approach, the most basic, the most brute force you can say. Okay, this is one thing, and try to code this thing by own. This is very easy, and we have already done in the case of array also. This is the same thing. Okay, and next thing you can do is that suppose this is the string now. So what is happening here? This is our output. So what is happening that if you see carefully in output, these and these characters are exchanged in this output. Okay, L is coming at the place of N. Okay, and N is coming at the place of L. Okay, first character is coming at last, and last is at first. And when you come here, E and O are exchanged or replaced with each other. Okay, in the output. Okay, E is coming at the place of O, and O is coming at the place of E. Okay, and this middle element will always remain same. No need to swap it. Okay, so this is happening here that the first character is coming at last, second is coming at the second last, third, this middle will remain same. So what I will do in my approach, so the approach I am going to do is using string builder. Okay, so what I am going to do that initially I will start from zeroth index. Okay, I will start my loop from zeroth index and replace it with, so let me write indexes also. Zero index is getting replaced with fourth index. Okay, and first is getting replaced with third index, and 2 with the 2 you can say. Okay, no need to वैसे तो like exchange or swap them. So my loop will run till 0 to 1. Okay, no need to like run my loop till the array dot length. Okay, only if I go till the half, I am achieving my output. Okay, how? So let me take another example. Suppose capture. This is my another string. Okay, string. I will start my loop from 0. Okay, let us see up to what my loop will go. So I will be replacing my 0th index with the last one. Okay, the last one, 0 with 0, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. 0 is getting replaced with 6th index. Okay, so after replacement my output will look something like E. Currently I am swapping these. Okay, E This will remain same and C will come here. Okay, A P T U R. Okay, and then after doing this much, after exchanging these characters, I will come here. Okay, I will be incremented to 1. So when I is 1 and when I is 1, 0 to 1. So this first index is getting replaced with this fifth. Okay, first it getting replaced with fifth. Okay, so EC will remain same. A and R will be exchanged, and R will come here and A will come here. Else will remain same. P T U. Okay, this is my university. Okay. Um, Next I will come here. Okay, at second index, and second index will get replaced with 4. Okay, with 4. So when I will come at second index, I will replace it with 4. So ER will remain same, AC will remain same, P and U will get replaced, U will come here, P will come here. Okay, and then I will come here at T. So when I reach the middle of the string, so I will stop my the swapping process there only. Okay, so T will remain here, and after I will reach this, I will end my loop. That means I have to run my loop till what, the half of the string. So I will run my loop till whatever the length of the string, whatever the length of the string divided by 2, divided by 2. So my loop will run till the half of the string. Okay, yeah. So next we will see how we can code this the same. So, here I have made one method, reverse string, in which I am passing my string SB, that is this Tommy, and here I have made that method. Okay, so what I will do, I will initialize my loop, which will run till the half of the string length, and remember that always put the braces here when you will write length. Okay, this is not array, that you will not put these braces. Always put the braces in case of strings. Okay, so these are the small mistakes that beginners make. So what I have to do here, using string builder methods. Okay, so I want character at 0th index. So take your time and see that what method we can use to fetch the first character. The first character. So from these all, please take some time and think that what method we can use to fetch, to take the first letter of the string, that is this T. So first of all, I will store my uh, I will initialize two variable, front and back. Why? So front will be holding the starting, and back will be holding the ending with which we want to swap. Okay, the starting character and the ending character with which we want to swap. Okay, so initially my front will be starting from I only. Okay, I only, and initially my front is I only, and back will be string dot length -1 initially. Okay, when my I is equal to 0. Okay, but this back will change when I will come to the next iteration, first or second or third. So how this back uh, variable is changing, how? So see, so come here and see that how my front and back is changing in each iteration. Okay, so this is the first iteration na? This is the, let me clear. So This is my first iteration, this is second, and this is third, and okay, only three iterations are there. So in zeroth first iteration, when my I is 0, so my front will be pointing to, carefully see this, my front will be, so this C I want na, so my front will be 0 only, that we can write it as I. Okay, in ith iteration my front will also be I, and my back will be equal to um, yeah, so let me write again. In the first iteration, when my I is 0, okay, front will be 0 only, which I can write as I, and my back will be, so in first iteration I want to exchange this 0th character with the character at 6 index, last index. So the last index I can get from string dot length, and of course minus 1. Okay, because string dot length will be 7 and minus 1, with which we can get 6. Okay, and let's come to the, and after swapping, let's come to the second iteration, I equal to 1. Okay, so here I have done with C and E. I want to exchange A and R. Here my front will be 1. Okay, that is this A, so I can write this one as I only. Okay, so here in this case, in this example, in this program, my front will be I only. Okay, in each iteration. So but my back is changing. My back will now is string dot length minus 2. Okay, that is 5. And at I equals to 2 iteration, when my I is equal to 2, my front will be I only, that is 2. That is this P. I have to swap it with fourth index. Okay, value, that is this U. So I have to swap I with back will be, I have to swap this I with string dot length minus 3. Okay, so in loop I can write my front as I. Okay, but how will I will write my back? Okay, so if I am at I equal to 0 iteration, my back is string dot length minus 1. At I equals to 1, my back is string dot length minus 2. So how I can write my back dynamically? Okay, that means instead of writing 1, 2, 3, how can, with what I can write on the place? Okay, so you can see that at I equal to 0. So what I can write in this place of this 1, 2 and 3. Okay, this 1 and 2 and 3 and are static values. So on the basis of I, what I can write here? Okay, what I can write here? So you can see I 0, here is 1. If I is 1, so I hope it is clear up to this. So now my challenge is that how I can write this back dynamically. Okay, because in the code my front will be I only, so I will write I here. But instead of writing minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, I have to use some dynamic value here. Okay, dynamic value means on behalf of I. Okay, like here I want to write something in terms of I. Okay, so what I can write here? So for that, let us see that when my I value is 0, I am talking about this value. Okay, when my I is 0, my this value in this citation is 1. And when my I is 1, my value is 2. Okay, this. And when my I is 2, my value is 3. So I want to write these in terms of I. So I can write here I minus 1. Okay, by taking into consideration the current iteration. Okay, so I can write this also I minus 1. Okay, that I can achieve 1. and I minus 1 so that I can achieve 2. So here I can write I minus 1, right? So instead of writing any static value, you can, in terms of I, you can write I minus 1. So up to this, what we have? We have indexes of front and back. Now I want the character present at these indexes, front and back. So for that I can use my method char at, okay? Char at str dot char at which index, front, okay? And then similarly str dot char at back. So let me store the characters in the variable character first, character second. So this is the char data type. I think we are using it for first time. Okay. So character data type. Character is a data type. Okay. So we are storing a single character. Okay. Because this char at returns a single character. So to store the character, we need char data type. Okay. Keep this thing in mind. So now I have character present at these indexes done. So now what I have, suppose this is a string Java. Example, for example, this is a string Java. Now I have my J and now I have my A. Now what I have to do, I have to do the swapping. Okay. So for swapping also I am using some method. Okay. Takes your time and see that what method we can use from these all. Okay. So we are using this set char at. Okay. Set char at method, that str dot set char at. So first we have to pass the like index, okay, index. So at what index we want to, like at front index I want which character. So at front I want which character, second character, okay, and at back I want first character. So what I'm saying here, that at front index, so this is the index, okay, always remember this is very confusing, okay. So you can write here index also for your index understanding. Please write index also, okay. Beginners, as a beginner you might be confused, okay. So at front index I want my second character, okay. So these are holding characters, these are holding indexes, and at back index I want my first character. So this is done, okay. So after this my loop will again come here, my I equals to 1. So now this A will be replaced with B, okay. So I have to run this loop till the half of the string. So if I run this, so Tommy got reversed here. So I hope you understood, okay. If not, please watch the code again, that what we did, and try to write the program by yourself using some other method, okay. There are not, this is not the one way, okay, with which only we can reverse a string. There are many ways. So try to use try to do this program without using this these methods, okay. Some in interview also in so in interviews also, interviewer will ask you to do the program without using the built-in methods. So we call these built-in methods that are already made by Java, okay. So for that you should know how we can do this program without using methods also, okay. So try to do that thing by your own, okay. So let us see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.